Cognitive distortions are shortcuts our brains use to help us make important decisions more quickly. For the most part, they are meant to be helpful, guiding us to make faster defensive actions when we are in danger. They are largely protective actions, but because they skip important processing steps, they can lead us to make mistakes that lead to blame and/or bias. Protective measures often come at the expense of others, and in a modern world where the danger is within the system rather than the people around us working within it, collaboration is key. Cognitive distortions can hurt our employees or coworkers, and most importantly, lead to repeat incidents, as biases hide crucial root causes from our ability to resolve them. Being aware of our own biases helps us to overcome them and find root causes that may fall off our radar otherwise. Here are a few of the common cognitive distortions that may be impacting your investigations. Let's start with the cognitive distortion, overgeneralization. Overgeneralization means predicting outcomes based on one or two instances. For example, a person who has seen a similar incident happen before may pick up on the connections between that incident and the current incident, coming to the conclusion that they have the same cause. Their brain is identifying patterns, trying to help them reach conclusions quickly by generating always and never statements. For example, maybe because they've seen this before, incidents always happen this way. Or maybe because they haven't considered a certain root cause, that one is never the real cause. This person, while creating false rules, could overlook more nuanced causes, such as failure in an area outside their expertise. Regardless, overgeneralization as a cognitive distortion is dissolved by evidence. As a shortcut, overgeneralization creates patterns while telling your brain it is finding them. Rooting out the reality behind the created pattern by assembling evidence breaks down overgeneralizations and helps organizations to make informed decisions. Let's talk about another cognitive distortion. Blaming. Blaming as a cognitive distortion refers to direct blame towards everyone besides yourself. Its purpose is to be a proactive measure, helping a person to defend themselves against a perceived threat. A person may resort to blaming others after an incident if they think that they are under threat of being fired or professionally hurt in any way. It also helps provide a person with a single fixable cause. If the cause of the incident is another employee, firing or retraining that person seems like an easy solution. This is one of the biggest problems in incident investigations. Every department points a finger at another department looking for a scapegoat to pin the problem on. Incidents typically have deeper roots than people involved, roots that cannot be solved as quickly as retraining or firing. Removing blame is a process that requires mental restructuring. We have to first recognize when we are reacting defensively and remind our brains that we are not in danger but utilizing an opportunity to improve. Restructuring the incident as an opportunity better encourages creativity, which is necessary to generate useful improvement ideas. When we recognize the project we have ahead of us, we can begin to see other people involved in the incident as collaborators rather than enemies. Let's discuss the cognitive distortion, personalization. Personalization refers to blame directed towards yourself for an unfortunate situation. A person may look at a problem and think, this is all my fault, or I'm bad at my job. This may seem like taking accountability, but it isn't. Personalization is another form of blame, looking for an easy way out of a difficult situation. The goal is, as with most cognitive distortions, to solve complex problems quickly. Therefore, it comes with the same problems that blaming others does. Deeper root causes remain within the system, not the people operating within it. To truthfully take accountability means to take the necessary steps toward a solution, and blame in any form makes it difficult to see beyond the easier, less effective solutions of training and punishing. Similar to blame, solving personalization requires cognitive restructuring. You remind yourself that you are not under threat. The situation is important, but important in the same way that your passions are important. You care about your job and you are making sure you are able to do it well. This cognitive restructuring allows you to assess the solutions that can help you to take true accountability. Another common cognitive distortion is labeling. Labeling means categorizing people into oversimplified groups. This shortcut was intended to help people in dangerous situations decide who they can trust and not trust quickly based on past experiences or isolated traits. In the aftermath of an incident, this can lead to assumptions that cause difficulties with finding solutions and place blame on the wrong sources. A person who is labeling might say, for example, that an employee has made a mistake, and is a lazy person who cannot follow instructions. This deteriorates an organization's culture of trust and makes employees feel as though they are expected to fail. Labeling is, at its core, an overgeneralization applied to people. The solution, similar to overgeneralization, is to combat labels with evidence. Remind yourself of the facts you know about the situation and work not to guess what may lay outside of the evidence you have access to. An investigator's job is not to find who's at fault, but to find how to make that desire easy for them to attain. And the best way to do that is through evidence. And finally, you may be familiar with the cognitive distortion, confirmation bias. Confirmation bias refers to our tendency to interpret information based on what we think or believe. For example, an investigator may guess that an incident happened because of operator laziness. That person will likely notice more evidence that corresponds with their guess than they will notice evidence that goes against it. This is extremely common among investigators who are experts in specific areas. For example, an engineer is more likely to see evidence for an equipment failure than a human performance issue. A human performance expert is more likely to see inadequacies of a procedure than the evidence for an equipment failure. Confirmation bias generates blind spots in an investigation, making it so incidents are more likely to repeat. The key to overcoming confirmation bias is collaboration. The more areas of expertise involved in an investigation, the more thorough it can be, protecting employees from the danger of repeat incidents. There are a great number of cognitive distortions that can hinder an investigation, but the ones we have talked about today are largely related to blame and bias. Blame and bias destroy investigations. Where successful companies see investigations as opportunities, unsuccessful companies use investigations to blame their employees and confirm ideas they already hold. The goal of Taproot RCA is to eliminate those factors within your investigation, creating the ideal environment for collaboration and innovation. You can learn more about how Taproot helps you overcome cognitive distortions and find real root causes by signing up for a free newsletter, the Root Cause Network. We handpick the best articles, videos, and courses on root cause analysis every week. Sign up on our website.